My abusive mother lost custody of me when I was 3 because she left me home alone for 4 days straight, and I just caught wind of my daughter meeting with her behind my back, and now my mom's trying to sue me for grandparents' rights. I, 34F, am currently experiencing narcissistic parental abuse from my mother even after 3 years of no contact. First, a little backstory to better understand my situation. My parents divorced when my sister was 1 and I was 3, and my mother was given custody of us. One day, one of the neighbors had heard my sister and I screaming and had discovered we were left home alone for 4 days in a hoarder home. My father then took custody of us. After investigations, it was determined that I had endured touching abuse trauma. Thankfully, I have no memory, and my sister, who was 18 months old at the time, was developmentally at a 4-month-old level due to severe neglect and malnutrition. Eventually, my mother's parental rights were terminated, and no one had mentioned her to me, good or bad. When I was 20, I reconnected with my mother, and it has been so emotionally traumatizing. My mother is a vulnerable narcissist, and my stepfather is diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. My mother financially manipulated me. I always had to pay her for everything, and she would make me feel bad if I didn't give her money. She faked dying at least 4 times, faked having cancer, and had me shave her head. Every time I would say I was moving to pursue a career, she would say I was being selfish and punishing her if I took her grandkids away. I have 2 small children. There's way too many examples to mention. 3 years ago, I decided to go no contact with my mother and stepfather because I want better for my children. She has stalked me, stalked my oldest child, plotted to hire someone off the dark web to ruin my life, and ruin my relationships with my half-siblings. February of this year, I was served paperwork that my mother and stepfather are suing me for grandparents' rights, but at that time no court date was set. In August of this year, I found out that my daughter's father has been allowing my daughter to talk and see my mother for the last 2 years. We had an agreement that he would not let my daughter speak or see my mother, plus he's not her legal father because he's not on her birth certificate. I confronted him and it turned to a big disaster. 2 weeks ago, I was informed that my mother set a court date in November for the grandparents' rights. It has been so stressful. I can't find the official document where my mother's custody was terminated. FYI, juvenile records are destroyed 10 years after you turn 18. But I do have a document and enough people to testify to the existence of it. I also hired a private investigator and found out my mother has 20 aliases and over 140 charges in 5 different states. It's absolutely mind-blowing that my mother is suing me for grandparents' rights. To anyone else who is going no contact with their narcissistic parent and you have children, please protect the babies. Have all documentation in order and get access to your personal records from the courts while you can. I'm so terrified of the aftermath of all of this, but I know I have to continue to fight. Update. I finally have an update on my situation since I last posted about 5 months ago. Court was postponed twice by my mother, for reasons I don't know. Then it was postponed for a 3rd time due to accusations that I was an unfit mother and my daughter had suicidal ideations. My mother asked the judge to appoint a guardian ad litem to make sure the children were safe. Court was rescheduled to March 2025. The past 5 months I have been doing nothing but researching my mother. I found she has a total of 19 active warrants, including 3 probation violations. I turned everything over to my lawyer in hopes something would work. 2 days after discovery was turned over to my mother's lawyers, my lawyer called to let me know she officially dropped the case. My children and I met with the guardian ad litem. They told the judge they see no issues whatsoever. After over a year of fighting this, it's finally over. It's been such a tough battle, but I'm so happy my kids are safe and will never have to go through what I have. Thank you to everyone who wrote me personally and commented such positive things. You all have no idea how much it helped me, especially when I was having such an internal struggle. My kids are doing better than ever and I'm grateful we pushed through. I have already moved several states away, changed my contact information, and have been no contact for 3.5 years. I am currently working on getting a restraining order, but have been advised by my lawyer that I may not be granted one due to lack of proof. That's frustrating, but I'm still trying anyways. My daughter and I still have had no contact with her father, and other than a very strange Darth Vader text, we haven't heard from him. He's also a couple states away from us. I also have my daughter in therapy, so I'm hoping she learns how to have better boundaries than I did. I am not going to call the different areas about her warrants yet. My thinking is that she won't make any big moves against me as long as they are active and I know about them. Something I can hold of her head, just in case she tries something again. I know it's probably not over, but this was a huge win.